Hi y'all, I'm Allison. Welcome to the Mighty Bujo. Today we're going to finish my migration into 2019. Got about 8 spreads for y'all, and we're going to get started with the pet appointments at the vet and notes on them. So using the little dog biscuits that I've done before to start out my title, and then I'm going to make a little box for each of our animals. Now these are little dog collars and cat collars. And they're going to have a little charm hanging off of them with each of the animals' names. We have 2 dogs and 2 cats in our house. So it gets to be quite tricky trying to keep up with when they need their vaccines and their flea collars and all the different vet appointments and whatnot. So this is a way for me to keep track of that so I can find out who's behind and who's been taken care of. And on the other side, we're adding my daughter's reptiles. She has a bearded dragon, which you may have seen him in a video or two, Draco. And we are soon going to be adding a crested gecko to our happy little home. So there's Draco's box and the new crested gecko. I'll fill in her name later. And then notes for grooming for the dogs. And down here will be the phone numbers for the vets, grooming, and the emergency care. And this little line is for when their vaccines are due. Anyway, there's the first one. Now we're moving on to a page that I love and hate all at once, and this is for weight loss. I can't do one of those where you fill in as you lose weight because my weight goes up and down, it fluctuates, and so this works out better because, you lose 5 and then you gain 2 and just up and down. So this will show my progress. And over here is for a wish list page. I have always done a little star up in the corner. And this time I decided to do a whole bunch of different size candles down at the bottom. January is my daughter's birthday. So I was like, hey, candles would work, like if you're blowing them out for a cake. And they're all just various size little tapers or some wide candles. This one was quite fun to do. Just picked out a selection of colors that I thought complemented each other and just randomly colored things in. I'm so thrilled that these videos are going to finally be posted and up. I had hoped to have everything done at the beginning of January, but I was sick and then took down Christmas late and I fell behind once again. So I'm going to skip doing January on my channel and I'm going to go straight into February. So now that this video is done, I'm going to start working on that hopefully tomorrow and have it actually up before it gets to February. So we'll see how it goes. This portion of the migration is always my favorite to do because these are the fun pages. I typically start out with all the goal stuff and calendars for the first part. And then I have in the second part is my more serious stuff, financial, doctors, the really productive, functional ones. And this is where the creativity can just go a little crazy. These are the fun pages. So this is about to be a big bookcase, and I'm adding some seasonal elements as decoration. So since this is going to be down in the corner, I started off with a pair of boots first and then built my bookcase after that was there. So now that our basic shape is in place, we can add a line for the bottom of the shelf and start drawing in various sized books. And by leaving them off of that shelf line, they're raised up some, that will make it appear that they're actually sitting on the shelf instead of just, well, you'll see. It'll make it look more 3D. And then adding a little bit of decorations to some of the spines just to add some variety and interest. And then this will be the sidewall for each of the shelves. And then there, that pencil line, we now have the bottom of the shelf where the books are sitting. And then by coloring those sections in with different shades of brown, it gives depth to the bookshelves and makes them look more realistic. And I messed it up right here. By putting these feet on it, my boots now look like they're floating magically in the air. But that's okay, you live and learn. I'm just happy I got the interior of the shelves right. So I like the effect, how it's done that way. And then by adding a darker brown to the back, it makes it look even more 3D. Now as I finish off a book, I use a mild liners to color it in the spine. And I'm going to be using the facing page to actually have more detail on the books. I used to write in the title and the author as well, but I write big and it would get really cramped and you couldn't read it half the time. So now I'm just going to put the title on the spine and then add the author's name on that right page, along with when I started the book, when I finished it, and any notes I want to put on it. I really like how it looks with adding the floor and the baseboard and coloring the wall behind it. I think it really dresses this page up, and it was quite quick and easy to do. I've been reading I, Eliza Hamilton, and I forget who it's by, Scott, I believe. It's a really good book, but I haven't had time to really just sit down and get into it. So I've had to restart it a couple of times. So I've got that down here, and then there's another little book that I've read that's really funny. So yeah, love books. All right, and now let's go to the movies. Remember those little guys from the previews at the beginning of a movie? I decided to add them to the bottom of my page. But first, I'm making some movie tickets, and this page will be used to write down any movies that I want to see that are coming out. Now, I also do these little lines on here. On the line on the left, I'll put the date that the movie is going to be released, and then the line on the right, I put when I actually go to see the movie. And you'll see that in a little bit. But first, I have to say, I'm super proud of myself for actually being able to draw these guys. I originally had the pencil drawing left into the video for y'all, but the video is rather long, and from the angle, my hand was covering it more than anything, and I didn't draw as darkly or as firmly as I should have for it to show up on camera. So I decided to leave that part out. But if you would like a detailed video on how to draw these guys, I would be more than happy to attempt it again and do something similar to the one I did on drawing the Christmas scene. So just let me know down in the comments if you would like that, and I'll see what I can do. I definitely think my drawing skills have vastly improved from last year. It's crazy. And it's just from getting ambitious in my bullet journal. I haven't had time or done any extra drawing aside from what y'all are seeing in my videos. So if you're not sure or confident that you can do it yourself, just give it a try. You'd be surprised. I bet your skills will improve dramatically. And if not, it's a little fun to do anyway. These little guys are so cute. Makes me want to go to the movies. And speaking of movies, I just found out the other day they are making a full feature-length movie for Downton Abbey, and I am so excited. It's coming out in September, and I will be at that movie theater. So, huge fan of Downton Abbey. I was so sad when it ended. I own them all on Blu-ray, of course, and I cannot wait to go to the movies. They're continuing with the Crawleys, so they're bringing back the cast and everything. Let me know if you're also a fan and you're going to go see it. I can't wait. It's going to be forever until it gets here, but something to look forward to at the end of summer. All right, so here's our little hot dog guy, and our popcorn and our Coke or soft drink, depending on where you're from. I don't know if it's registering on the video, but my poor daughter, she got the cold that we passed back and forth. It attacked her again, so she's just coughing away. So if you can hear that in the background, yeah, she does have medicine and she'll be better soon, but she's sick and she turns 18 in 2 days. I feel so bad for her. All right, there was the original, guys, and there's how my drawing turned out. I did have my centering of the title off, so I went and fixed that with whiteout. Over here is for Netflix or Hulu or DVDs that we already own. And I decided I want a big TV from like the 50s or 60s, and I'm doing the sign-off screen on the page, on the sign-off screen on the TV itself. There we go. And I'm writing in the shows in the stripes. And then as I watch it, now we'll color it in. But this was quite fun to do. I love how this spread turned out. Turned out even better than I expected. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to pull it off or not. So, and here is the colors that are on the sign-off screen. I went with a simplified version. And then I'm also going to write down the number of the marker. And as I watch the show, then I'll color in the whole stripe. Down here, these are supposed to be DVDs, Blu-rays. And yeah, I need to work on that, getting that perspective right. But you get the gist of it. So up top in the TV will be stuff that I actually watch on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime. And down on the CDs would be from Blu-ray movies that we already own. So TV shows on the TV, movies on the floor. And there's how I do Mary, Queen of Scots coming out in December. And then on the right, I would write the day that I actually saw the movie. All right, let's see. Oh, this is gift ideas. I got my big bow up top, and we're going to put some packages at the bottom. Using that ruler trick that I discuss more in depth in the how to draw 3D Christmas gifts. So if you'd like to see a slower version of this, figure out how to draw those boxes, then be sure and check out that video. video. Okay, those angles looked off, so I grabbed my rulers out and realized, yes, it wasn't quite parallel like it should have been. You want equidistance between your rulers. So I just adjusted it and went on. In this, I didn't quite keep my angles right for this side one, so it looks a little off, but that's okay. Get the idea of it. I think it turns out pretty cute when it's done. And within those boxes, I can write any gift ideas that I have for upcoming birthdays, Father's Day, starting on Christmas, anything. And then to use the other side and have it tie in, I thought I'd just extend the ribbon on the bow, bring it down over here, and use this for waiting on. This is for like online orders and stuff, and I'll just list them as they're ordered. And then, in the next bujo, this turns out to be a very useful thing. I'll write down pages I want to include or changes that need to be made. Theme ideas. Tons of theme ideas. But it's nice to have a place just to jot down stuff that's related to bullet journals. And then for the last one, this is a little grid that I use for all of the steps that it takes to put up a video. This could be used for, I'm sure, quite a few things. Any long-term project that you have going on that requires steps. You could probably even turn it into an exercise tracker. Like list the activity on the left and the days of the week in the columns. I don't know. Anyway, here's the final flip through. We got the bets and weight loss with weight, body mass index, and percentage. And then over here is my bookcase. I think it turned out so cute. And this one is definitely my favorite spread. I just love how colorful it is. And then the gift ideas and waiting on. And then we've got in the next bujo. And my posting steps for videos. So that was it for my migration into 2019. I am now ready to move on to monthly layouts. So thanks for watching, y'all, and I will check you next time. Bye now.